From the CBS Bay Area studios, this is KPIX 5 News.
This October 1st, believe it or not, October 1st. I'm Phil Matier.
Where did the year go? I'm Melissa Kane, and we are following breaking news from France. French officials say that 2 women have been killed by a man with a knife at Marseille's main train station. Police shot and killed the attacker. It's unclear why he made the attack. An investigation is underway, and no motive has been given. We're also following a developing story in Half Moon Bay where a pedestrian was hit and killed by a CHP patrol car. Lanes on the highway are back open after being shut down for an initial investigation. It happened around 8:30 last night right outside Sam's Chowder House. Restaurant staff say the 74-year-old Burlingame man had just finished dinner and he was leaving the restaurant when he was hit. He was pronounced dead at the scene.
Well, it's one of the calls that you never want to get. I mean, that's one of the things that when you listen to the call, you listen to the officer putting out the call, it's probably the last call you want to hear. So.
Now, the CHP disciplinary investigation team has taken over the investigation.
Go, come on out.
O.J. Simpson is now a free man once again. The former football star walked out of a Nevada prison early this morning after serving 9 years for armed robbery. In 2007, Simpson and a group of men stormed the Las Vegas hotel room of a sports memorabilia dealer and stole hundreds of items. Simpson, however, says he was just reclaiming his own property. For that conviction, he served a minimum sentence. There's no word yet on where he's going, but to leave Nevada, more paperwork has to be done. Meanwhile, Simpson says his first meal will be an In-N-Out burger. In international news, in the wake of Mexico's deadly 7.1 earthquake, memorials to victims and rescuers have spread throughout Mexico City. Giant wreaths of white flowers have piled up where a building was just turned into ash. And many people have left toy animals, lunch pails, and candles where a collapsed school killed 19 children and 7 adults. At least 360 people died when the quake hit a week and a half ago. The search for survivors is still underway.
And a hiker at Sequoia National Park who had been missing for days has been found. The park's helicopter spotted him near the Franklin Lakes trailhead. Meanwhile, at Yosemite National Park, geologists insist that there is no increased danger, even though there were 2 huge rock falls this past week. A climber took this video. It shows the aftermath of the second rock fall. It left 1 person hurt. Now, that climber was just above the area that started sliding. Geologists say that this rock fall was 10 times bigger than the chunk of granite, that first rockfall, that fell on Wednesday. That slide killed a 32-year-old man from the UK. According to The Guardian, Andrew Foster was celebrating his 1-year anniversary with his wife. She was also injured and airlifted to the hospital.
We haven't closed the area. We have put up signs that say elevated rockfall activity. Clearly everybody knows what's happened.
Meanwhile, another Yosemite climber is recovering after falling at least 30 feet on Friday. She was climbing the rock formation known as the Higher Cathedral Spire.
Here in the Bay Area, starting today, you're going to have to shell out more cash to ride Caltrain. Adult passes are going up 25 cents per zone traveled, and the price of monthly parking is also going up nearly $30 to $82.50. Daily parking fees, however, are not changing. Now, Caltrain's weekly timetables are also being updated. So for those of you who are riding the Peninsula Railway, the new times go into effect today as well.
And the city of San Francisco is cracking down on parking permits. It's in an effort to provide more spaces. The SFMTA Board of Directors will consider lowering the amount of parking permits to 2 people instead of 4 per household. Now, currently, 95,000 parking permits are issued annually, despite the fact that there are 78,000 permitted parking spaces in the city.
What about the big families? I mean, every household is not 2, 3, 4 people in there.
There's really a basic math problem. In a lot of neighborhoods, there's more cars than there are spaces.
Now, the pilot program would be rolled out in 2 neighborhoods, the Dog Patch and Bernal Heights. If it goes well, the program will be implemented citywide. And right now, millions in Puerto Rico are still without electricity, 11 days after Hurricane Maria tore through the island. Many are also short of cash, gas, and clean drinking water. Now, President Trump lashed out at the leaders of the island yesterday with a tweet storm. He said, quote, "Such poor leadership ability by the mayor of San Juan and others in Puerto Rico who are not able to get their workers to help." He then added, "They want everything to be done for them."
Actually, I was asking for help. I wasn't saying anything nasty about the president. I am asking the President of the United States to make sure somebody is in charge that is up to the task of saving lives.
In another tweet, the president blamed partisan politics, claiming that the mayor was criticizing the president on orders from Democrats. Meanwhile, Bay Area residents came together to help the devastated victims in Puerto Rico. They gathered last night at the Midnight Sun in San Francisco. Organizers say they put politics aside and simply wanted to help their fellow Americans in need.
All we need to focus as community leaders is helping another country, and the president can say whatever he wants to say.
Mr. Trump plans to go to Puerto Rico on Tuesday to assess the damage firsthand.
Twitter executives say that they shut down more than 200 accounts that were linked to Russian trolls who were meddling in the 2016 presidential election. They presented this news in a closed-door meetings with the House and Senate Intelligence Committees. Congressional investigators say that Russian internet trolls bought social media ads, then used them to post pictures and incendiary stories aimed at dividing American voters. Oklahoma Senator James Lankford says that just this week, Russians were at it again, flooding social media with opposing messages like hashtag boycott the NFL and hashtag take a knee.
Taking both sides of the argument this past weekend and pushing them out from their troll farms as much as they could to try to just raise the noise level in America.
In another hearing, they have set for November 1st.
Caen said goodbye to AT&T Park on Saturday, making the final start of his 13-year career in front of the home fans. Caen turned back the clock and pitched 5 scoreless innings against the Padres. He came off the mound and was given a lengthy standing ovation before getting a hug from all of his teammates in the dugout. Caen ends his career with 3 World Series rings and a perfect game on his resume. The Giants, though, go on to lose 3-2. A's starter Daniel Gossett got lit up by the Rangers. Texas slugger Joey Gallo hits one to deep center, his first of 2 home runs. Gossett didn't make it out of the second as the A's lose 8-4. And Draymond Green got his Defensive Player of the Year award from former Pistons big man Ben Wallace, his childhood idol. The Warriors lose their preseason opener, though, to Denver 108-102. Stanford running back Bryce Love ran for 3 touchdowns against Arizona State and a school record 301 yards. Stanford beat the Sun Devils 34-24. Cal at Oregon. First quarter, Ducks quarterback Justin Herbert hits Brendan School for the game's first touchdown. Herbert was injured in the first half, but Oregon goes on to win this one 45-24. And the Raiders play the Broncos today right here on KPIX 5 at 1:25, followed by the 5th quarter. I'm Andrea Nakano for KPIX 5 Sports.